fish farming kuli fish farming kulia fish farming na fish farming atwali base ta
kuli picture kuli chabe picture picture is nothing of company Good evening and welcome to LCM TV Main News. Here are the top stories making headlines. Good evening and welcome to LCM TV Main News. Here are the top stories making headlines. HH Nalumango filed nominations for 2026 general elections. Government eyes Mungwi as fish production hub. Zambia re-elected to Commonwealth Board leadership. And international news, angry crowd sets Ebola hospital tents on fire in DRC Congo. And in sports, Copper Princesses coach Kanyemba cautious ahead of DR Congo clash. We now take a short break. Stay tuned for news in details. Don't go away. We now take a short break. Stay tuned for news in detail. Don't go away. With the news in details, I'm Stella Mbewe. President Hakainde Hichilema and his running mate Mtale Nalumango have officially filed their nomination papers. This moment marks a key step as they seek another mandate to lead Zambia in the August 2026 general elections. Supporters and party officials gathered in large numbers, showing strong confidence in the leadership of the ruling party. With the August 2026 polls ahead, Zambia now prepares for another democratic transition, drawing keen interest from political parties and stakeholders. More in the following report. Minister of Defense. Nipempa kopeni kuli story ya mnesiri challenge. Nipempa kopeni kuli story ya mnesi mnakatinge. Hii perera hapa story. Hii ni headline naye sifu niko nkala hapo ni headline. Nazotumika hichita delete.
What else?
I'm still going through. Hey, Dr. Bobo, I want to come. You know, even picture tabe. Government says Mungu district. Yeah.
As Jehovah's Witness
in a picture. I can be in a picture.
Only break.
International yonse na video.
Tell first maybe liko.
Hii na video
Yeah, tell.
Yeah, Ebola also isilira hapa. It's continuing. Isilira hapa. Hii na video. Hii ya Ebola.
Sema ndo ngene. Ya Ebola tena.
Ero neza nalemba muja TTP chani the source of the video.
Zizakuza. Okay, hata.
Neza nalemba but let's hope. Ne face don't. President Hakainde Hichilema. Copper Princesses. Bakapoka.
ndakakumfora mukamwari
Nikamba nati kamaiki kama nichita stress kamini akapoka pitisa muvovala
naulamuka mukambatisha makara stress yasinafona
nifuna ye naye vya nichita stress
kapa makara stress ndakasimnafona.
Not everyone is broke here.
Let me check.
Hello? Hello? Good evening and welcome to LCM TV Main News. Good evening and welcome to LCM TV Main News. Here are the top stories making headlines. H.H. Nalumango filed nominations for 2026 general elections. Government eyes Mungwi as fish production hub. Zambia re-elected to Commonwealth Board leadership. And in international news, angry crowd sets Ebola hospital tents on fire in DR Congo. And in sports, Copper Princesses coach Kanyemba cautious ahead of DR Congo clash. We now take a short break. Stay tuned for the news in details. Don't go away.
you're looking for the best aerial cinematography to capture your environment from above in 4K? Well, look no further. At LCM TV, we've got you covered with our professional drone and pilot that will enable you to shoot from unique perspectives. We deliver breathtaking shots with different recording modes such as photos, videos, panorama, time-lapse, and many more. For more info, contact the numbers on your screen. Get the best area shots with LCM TV.
With the news in details, I'm Stella Mbewe. President Hakainde Hichilema and his running mate Mutale Nalumango have officially filed their nomination papers. This moment marks a key step as they seek another mandate to lead Zambia in the August 2026 general elections. Supporters and party officials gathered in large numbers, showing strong confidence in the leadership of the ruling party. With the August 2026 polls ahead, Zambia now prepares for another democratic transition, drawing keen interest from political parties and stakeholders. More in the following report.
Zambia's Republican President Hakainde Hichilema and his running mate Mutale Nalumango have officially filed their nomination papers ahead of the August 2026 general elections. The filing marks a key step as the duo seeks another mandate to lead Zambia in the forthcoming polls. Supporters and party officials gathered in large numbers during the filing process, showing strong confidence in the leadership of the ruling party. Speaking shortly after successfully filing in his nomination papers, President Hichilema said the next step is now to convince the people of Zambia to renew their mandate in the upcoming elections.
That I, Hakainde Hichilema, and the Vice President, Madam Mutale Nalumango, have successfully filed our nominations for the president and running mate in the election of 18 August 2026. That is our commitment. Now we have to work hard to convince the people of Zambia to vote for us on the election day. And our basis of convincing them, persuading them, is on the delivery, the performance in the first step.
As the August 2026 elections draw closer, Zambia prepares for another democratic transition, attracting keen interest from political parties and stakeholders across the country. Beatrice Kashketi, reporting for LCM TV News, Lusaka.
The Ministry of Defense has assured the nation that the country will remain peaceful before, during, and after the August 13, 2026 general elections. Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Mr. Mambo Hamaundu says the Zambia Defense Force will ensure it performs its constitutional mandate of ensuring the safety of all citizens during the general elections. Mr. Hamaundu said the military will not interfere in the elections but will remain steadfast, professional, disciplined, and impartial to ensure the electoral process is performed according to the law. Speaking when a delegation from the Levi Mwanawasa Regional Center for Democracy and Good Governance paid a courtesy call on him in Lusaka this morning, Mr. Hamaundu said the military will coordinate with all relevant authorities to ensure that the general elections are held in a peaceful manner. He assured that Zambians will exercise their rights freely during these elections, just like they have done in various elections before that. The ministry's focus is for the elections to be conducted in a peaceful and stable environment. Mr. Hamaundu praised the Levi Mwanawasa Regional Center for Democracy and Good Governance for its role in fostering democracy and good governance in member states. He said the center is a trusted partner in electoral preparedness, and the Ministry of Defense appreciates the engagement the organization is having in the country. And Levi Mwanawasa Regional Center for Democracy and Good Governance Director, Dr. Jean Paul Kimonyo, said Zambia is a shining example when it comes to peace on the continent. Dr. Kimonyo said the fact that Zambia has lived peacefully since independence shows that the country is blessed. The Levi Mwanawasa Regional Center for Democracy and Good Governance is a think tank under the International Conference on the Great Lakes Region, ICGLR, a region body composed of 12 member states in Eastern, Central, and Southern Africa. The delegation from the center is in the country to conduct a pre-electoral analysis ahead of the August 13, 2026 general elections. The analysis will help the organization prepare an election observation mission which would be deployed in Zambia ahead of the elections. Zambia's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Machenje Mazoka, has secured a second term as vice chair of the board following her re-election by consensus during the board's annual meeting held in London. Her new mandate will run until June 30th, 2027. Since taking up the position of vice chair in June 2025, Zambia has played an active role in advancing the board's strategic objectives. These include strengthening oversight of programs and financial management, promoting inclusive governance, fostering collaboration among member states, and supporting reforms in governance, budgeting, and program implementation. And Ms. Mazoka has thanked member states for the trust and confidence placed on Zambia. She says Zambia remains committed to promoting transparent and inclusive governance while working closely with all member states to ensure effective delivery across the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth Board of Governors is the principal governing body responsible for providing oversight, accountability, and strategic direction within the Commonwealth system. Government says Mungwi District, Northern Province, has the potential to produce fish that can feed the country and supply export markets. Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry Permanent Secretary for Investment and Industrialization, Krusivia Hichikumba, said this after touring EcoStream Farm in Mungwi District. The farm has established an aquaculture project with an investment of 4.3 million kwacha. Mr. Hichikumba said the ministry will continue to promote investment to foster job creation and skills transfer for Zambians. He called on potential investors to emulate EcoStream Farm Zambia and help position Mungwi District as a major supplier of fish locally and regionally. Mungwi District Administrative Officer Remy Kawimbe said the investment is expected to boost economic activities in aquaculture and large-scale rice production. He noted that fish consumed in the district currently comes from Lake Kariba, despite Mungwi having abundant water bodies suitable for agriculture. EcoStream Farm Zambia chairperson Andrew Mwamba said the farm has projected to triple production within the next 12 months and intends to extend its market to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Meanwhile, Paramount Chief Chitimu Kulu of Bemba People, speaking through Headman Koni, expressed happiness with the investment and urged the community to embrace the project. Jehovah's Witnesses are set to host their annual Global Convention series in Zambia under the theme Eternal Happiness. In a statement issued yesterday, the religious organization said the 3-day program, which will begin on June 12th, is expected to attract over 725,000 attendees countrywide over 15 weekends. National spokesperson Gonzalemo Piri said the convention will focus on how people can achieve lasting happiness through Bible-based principles. He said attendees will also learn about the hope of the future through spirituality and practical teachings from the Bible. The program will feature Bible-based talks, interviews, and video presentations covering topics such as anxiety, happiness, and faith. Convention organizers also announced the release of episodes 4, 5, and 6 of the video series, The Good News According to Jesus, which depicts the life and ministry of Jesus Christ based on gospel accounts. The witnesses said the gatherings are expected to boost economic activity, particularly in the transport sector, as people travel from different parts of the country to attend. We now take a commercial break. Stay tuned for international and sports news. Don't go away.
Lishima Classic Media, we can brand your brand. From backdrops to roll-up banners, vinyl and PVC banners, gazebo tents, t-shirt printing, flag banners, business cards. Get branded with Lishima Classic Media today, because here at Lishima Classic Media, we're doing it the right way.
At LCM channel, we have great programs for all age group. 80% local content. LCM TV. Doing it the right way.
Join LCM TV channel, live every Tuesday with court news updates. On Thursday, we go live with environmental updates. Catch us every Saturday as we go live in your community. News on the go with LCM channel. Doing it the right way.
Governance Space every Thursday at 21 hours on LCM TV. We bring your leaders to account and explain things that they will do for you. Catch the discussion 21 hours on LCM TV. LCM TV, doing it the right way.
Are you looking for the best aerial cinematography to capture your environment from above in 4K? Well, look no further. At LCM TV, we've got you covered with our professional drone and pilot that will enable you to shoot from unique perspectives. We deliver breathtaking shots with different recording modes such as photos, videos, panorama, time-lapse, and many more. For more info, contact the numbers on your screen. Get the best area shots with LCM TV.
Welcome back, and we are happy that you've continued to be with us. And now in international news, an angry crowd set alight a section of a hospital at the epicenter of the Ebola outbreak in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo after family and friends of a young man thought to have died from the virus were prevented from taking his body away for burial. Local politician Luke Malembe told the reporter about the scene he witnessed at Rwampara General Hospital. He said the family members started throwing projectiles at the hospital and set fire to tents that were being used as isolation wards. In the chaos, police fired warning shots to disperse the crowd. Medical workers at the Rwampara Hospital, located near the city of Bunia in Ituri province, where almost all of the cases have been reported, were placed under military protection as the police moved in to restore order. A healthcare worker was injured by stone-throwing protesters before law enforcement agents intervened, and a hospital worker told the news reporter. The man who died is reportedly to have been a popular figure in the local community, and those upset by his death did not grasp the reality of the disease. Witnesses told reporters that the young man was a footballer who had played with several local teams. His mother told the news agency she believed her son had died of typhoid and not Ebola. More in the following report.
C'est une incompréhension due à une jeunesse qui ne comprend pas la réalité de cette maladie et qui a fait qu'aujourd'hui, comme le jeune qui est décédé aujourd'hui est un jeune bien connu de la cité, la famille et les jeunes, ses amis, ont voulu transporter ses corps à la maison pour un deuil, alors que les instructions pendant cette période de maladie à virus Ebola, l'instruction de l'autorité est claire, que tout corps doit être enterré dans les normes liées à cette pandémie.
The report was credit of AP, Associated Press. In other news, Israel carried out airstrikes and shelling on several towns in southern Lebanon on Thursday. We monitored France 24.
Lebanese mother of two, Hala Farah, looks at the hometown she once knew. Yarun, which sits on the southern border, is one of many towns Lebanon says were destroyed by Israeli forces since the start of the Israel-Hezbollah war on March 2nd. The Israeli army said its attacks only target Hezbollah sites and operatives, but Farah says in Yarun, nothing is left.
It's difficult. It's all gone. There's only memories left and some pictures that we're trying to collect so that our memories don't fail us, so that we can tell our children what Yarun was like.
Around 6 kilometers north of Yarun is the ancient hilltop town of Bin Shbel, which has become a Hezbollah stronghold. Before and after images from Lebanon's government-linked National Council for Scientific Research showed the town to be largely in ruins. According to the organization, Israeli attacks since 2023 have destroyed more than 290,000 housing units 61,000 of them since the start of the latest war. This has left many of Lebanon's more than 1 million people who have been displaced with little to return to.
It's a horrific humanitarian situation and horrific on every social level. It was a devastating blow to these people who had been displaced again and again, returning only to be displaced yet again.
A ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon went into effect on April 16th, but the destruction hasn't stopped, as Israel and Hezbollah continue to exchange fire.
Poland has welcomed President Trump's plan to deploy 5,000 additional U.S. troops to the country, days after the Pentagon canceled a separate deployment of 4,000 troops. Trump said the decision was driven by his close relationship with Poland's president. More in the following report, credit of Al Jazeera.
Our top story this hour, NATO Chief Mark Rutte has welcomed the news that President Donald Trump will send 5,000 U.S. troops to Poland. The announcement coming as Secretary of State Marco Rubio meets with NATO foreign ministers in Sweden this Friday to discuss Trump's disappointment with the alliance over the Iran war. Before leaving for his meeting, Rubio said Trump was very disappointed in alliance members who had not allowed the U.S. to use their bases for the war, signaling Spain out for criticism. Marco Rubio spoke before heading into that meeting. Let's take a listen.
Obviously, we're here to set the groundwork for what I think will be probably one of the more important leaders summit in the history of NATO. The president's views frankly, disappointment at some of our NATO allies and their response to our operations in the Middle East. They're well documented. That will have to be addressed. They won't be solved or addressed today. That's something for the leaders level to discuss. But in the end, you know, like any alliance, it has to be good for everyone who's involved. It has to be a clear understanding of what the expectations are.
And finally, in the sports segment, Copper Princesses head coach Carol Kanyemba remains cautious ahead of Zambia's clash against DR Congo. The Zambia Under-17 women's national team will face DR Congo on Saturday, May 23, 2026 at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola with kickoff set for 15 hours. DR Congo arrived in the country yesterday. The Central Africans advanced to the second round of the FIFA World Cup qualifiers after Djibouti withdrew from the competition. More in the following report.
So far, so good. We came on Sunday. We had our first training session here in Dola on Monday, and we trained from Trade Fair. It's a big pitch. It was quite intense for the girls compared to the pitches that we're using in Lusaka. But it was a very good pitch in relation to the pitch that we'll be using this Saturday. So I think coming to Ndola early really has an advantage over the game that we are going to play here, because the girls are getting acquainted to the weather here. I hear Lusaka is getting cold. Ndola is not yet that cold here, but because of the change in weather, we've got a lot of flus and colds in camp. And we pray that by the time we are playing on Saturday, it would have subsidized, because I know how flu can affect the performance of a player. But the medics are doing their work, and we also have to work to our advantage. As for us, playing the first round, home and away, 2 games, was an advantage, because we know players that can last for 45 minutes, that can go up to 90, players that will be able to deliver at that stage. So it really helped us. And both for both us and Congo, it's got an advantage and a disadvantage. So we just have to take this game as it comes, as a new game, be focused and work towards winning this leg. Playing against a team that is physically advantaged than you, we need to be smart, we need to move the ball quickly, and we need to avoid a lot of body contacts. We need to avoid a lot of aerial balls, because I can say maybe the tallest player in our team is our goalkeeper. So if we have corners and other free kicks, we are disadvantaged because of that. And looking at the body stature, by nature, Zambia, we are small. So using the skills that we have, we need to play a lot of ball work on the ground and be able to move it quickly so that by the time they're reorganizing, we're out of position, or we move them out of position with the quick passes. So that's what we've been working on. And to psych the girls that whichever way, in whichever stage and form they come, we've been here before.
Zambian forward Kingston Mutandwa has etched his name into the history books after becoming only the second Zambian player to win the Austrian Bundesliga Golden Boot, following in the footsteps of Patson Daka. The highly rated striker capped off a sensational campaign with a series of outstanding performances and crucial goals, underlining his growing reputation as one of Zambia's brightest talents on the European stage. Mutandwa's achievement marks another proud moment for Zambian football as he joins an elite list of stars flying the country's flag high abroad. His consistency, sharp finishing, and impact throughout the season have earned him widespread recognition among fans and football analysts alike. The forward's rise continues to inspire many young footballers back home, while further showcasing the depth of talent Zambia continues to produce for international football. More in the following report.
Zambian forward Kingston Mutandwa has made history in Austria after becoming only the second Zambian to win the Austrian Bundesliga Golden Boot, following the footsteps of fellow countryman Patson Daka. The informed striker capped off a sensational season with outstanding performances and crucial goals, cementing his place among the league's top talents and providing his quality on the European stage. Mutandwa's achievements mark another proud moment for Zambian football as he joins an elite group of stars shining abroad and continuing to raise the country's flag high on the international scene. The young forward's rise has not only captured attention in Austria, but has also inspired football fans back home who continue to celebrate the growing success of Zambian players in Europe. Beatrice Kashketi, reporting for LCM TV News, Lusaka.
And that sports item ends tonight's LCM TV main news. But before we go, here's a recap of stories making headlines. Nalumango filed nominations for 2026 general elections. Government eyes Mungwi as fish production hub. Zambia re-elected to Commonwealth Board leadership. Angry crowd sets Ebola hospital tents on fire in DR Congo. And finally in sports, Copper Princesses coach Kanyemba cautious ahead of DR Congo clash. Thank you so much for watching LCM TV main news. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Stella Mbewe. Good night and stay tuned.